Here's all the Marvel Rivals buffs, nerfs, balance changes, and patch notes coming later this week for Season 5.5. So we're going to start off with the Vanguards here. Penny Parker's getting a 50 HP nerf, so it went from 750 to 700. Emma Frost is also getting an HP nerf, so they took out her Team Up Anchor bonus, which was 100, and now her base health got increased by 50 to kind of compensate. Then for Thor, he's getting a minor change here, but when he's in his Storm Surge, he can now move freely when he's in that phase. And then for the Thing, his Stone Haymaker bonus damage now went from 8% to 10% of the enemy's max health. And then the Yancey Street Charge, where it's kind of anti-mobility, it was only 3 seconds long, and now it's 5 seconds long. Next up, we got the Duelist changes. So for Blade, they're actually increasing his Ancestral Sword damage from 24 to 26, the Whirlwind Slash from 15 to 16, and then they're reducing the Bloodline Awakening, that's reduced healing, from 35% to 25%, so it's a nice buff for Blade. Psylocke's getting a nerf here. Her ultimate's now going to cost 3,400 instead of 2,800, which is a pretty big change. Then for Phoenix, they increased the summon health of her ultimate ability from 400 to 500, and Wolverine's getting a change to his ultimate ability, so now he can choose to land on a wall when he uses his ultimate. And Punisher's getting a small damage buff. They're increasing his primary from 19 to 20 for his AR. And then for Daredevil, we're getting a slight nerf to his HP, so they're removing his Team Up Anchor bonus health, which was 25 HP. Now we got Human Torch. They're kind of reverting him to what he was beforehand, just because no one's really playing him right now. So without going over the details, it's pretty much what he was before. And we get Scarlet Witch. They're increasing her Dark Seal projectile speed by 20 meters a second. They're removing her spell field generation delay. They're also increasing the enemy pull speed during her ultimate ability, and the Synthonian Burst basically charges a little bit faster. Moving on to the strategist changes, we got a lot of similar stuff here. So Gambit's ultimate ability is getting nerfed from 43 to 4,500 for the cost. Same thing's happening to Invisible Woman. It went from 43 to 45. And Rocket's similar. It goes from 4,000 to 4,300. We have Loki getting a buff here, so his damage and healing ratio of his doppelgangers is now going from 80 to 90%. So he's kind of getting close to what he was beforehand. Then we have Luna Snow somehow getting a crazy buff. So now first they're reducing her ultimate 0 startup time and the projectile speed of it from 60 meters to 80 meters per second. And then on top of that, she's getting a new ability now that she can apply Idle Aura to herself. So basically for all the heals that she does, she gets 10% healing back to herself when she's using this ability, but it's also a 10% healing boost and a 10% damage boost. And then lastly, we got Ultron. He's getting a new ability now with Imperative. It requires a target to use it, so he gets 65 bonus health, and then the target and the nearby allies get 50 bonus health, and then the ally you selected gets a 20% movement speed boost and a 10% damage boost. He also can now apply 2 drones, allowing to support 2 allies at once. And then finally, they nerfed his ultimate ability from 3,700 to 4,000.